You're such an asshole.
So this is a way overdue video request, and I haven't had the time to do it. Not the time, I just haven't had the opportunity to do it. Because the request was from a young gentleman, I assume he's young. And he wanted me to drink some booze and smoke a cigar, of which I'm unfortunately only going to indulge you in one. Because I'm kind of laying off the cigars. Actually laying off the booze too. This is a rare thing. He just wanted me to ramble and talk about whatever I wanted to talk about. Which gives me carte blanche, but then you feel a little bit, you know, like you owe it to the guy. Like, I better come up with something. I got nothing, man. I got nothing. He just wanted me to ramble on and enjoy, and I'm in the Southern Command right now. It's one of the rare instances it's raining and cloudy, so it's not too hot outside. So that's why I decided to film outside. I'm not interrupting other neighbors, I don't think. But yeah, man, I don't know what else you want me to ramble about whatever you want. I'm out of stuff to ramble about. There's not much left that I haven't addressed. And if there's any kind of discussion or point to be had, it's how pointless and irrelevant it is that I would discuss anything at all. No one really, on a macro level, on a policy level, listened to what I've said before. On the individual level, some people might, and I'm very happy when young men, I get emails, and I do appreciate them, by the way, guys, and gals occasionally. Where I get letters where you tell me, hey, I mean, because asshole consulting has been going on for 5-6 years now. Hey, in 2016 I was gonna do this, but now I'm graduating with a degree in engineering, and I'm like, oh wow, that's cool. Like, we saved your ass, like whatever I said helped you guys out. But that's on the micro level. There's less than 100 people emails I get. I'd like to think that Worthless has saved thousands of people's lives, but I don't think so. But outside of that rare instance, the minority of cases where people listen to what I say, I could blather on with the wisdom of Socrates, and no one's going to listen. Nobody. Because they don't want to listen. They want to be told what they want to hear. And that's where the frontier of my thoughts are going right now, where, Operation Evil again, but now it's the evidence is very cacophonous, very pounding, very like, you must sell lies to people, and it's just like, god dang it, I want to sell lies to people, I want to make money off of them, but I'm also just so damn tired. I won't lie. Cappy is getting old. Oh, look, a hummingbird. Oh, that's nice. I'm beat. Because the Cappy you know today is just what you've only known Cappy for about 5-6 years, maybe 8 if you go way back. But there was a lot of background to Cappy. This harsh tasting whiskey that you guys know is not an accident, and there was, well, I mean 44 years, but let's say starting at 3 when I got cognizance and started independently thinking, that's 41 years. And it wasn't fun, and it was tiring, and it was beating, and not physically beating. Parents never beat. Don't think, oh God, your parents. No, parents are never abusers. Never. Just want to put that out there clearly, so no one ever accuses them of that. But life beats the shit out of you, and whatever's left is the strongest part of you at the end of it, and forged as you may be, strong as steel as you may be. The Misayun, what's the Japanese sword maker? Misugumi? Whatever the sword maker was, the samurai sword maker. Strong as you may be, you're tired. You're just tired. And it's not defeatism, but it's more stoicism and accepting, where it's like, all right, this is the way society is going to go. Truly trying to enjoy the decline, and truly just trying to make the best of it. It's very inward looking. It's very, I would almost say, a selfish philosophy. But it's also tiring because it, I don't know, how many times you got to beat that old same drum of common sense, logic, fact, and reason, and then you realize that the rest of society, truly the rest of society wants to live on lies. Like, for example, let's take communist Venezuela. It's not like they didn't have ample historical evidence that communism failed. It's not like that. It's not like, oh my God, I wonder what happens if we just print off more money. It's not like people, that's another, to get more specific in an economic example. Why do governments and people keep resorting, not always, but today, even to today, they resort to printing off more money? Don't you have enough empirical evidence and data that that's a failed policy that's not going to work? And it really speaks to the human psychology, where people will starve themselves to death. They will sell their daughters into prostitution. They will eat their pets, as they are doing in Venezuela, rather than admitting and acknowledging truth and reality. And the power of lies, I think I'll die never figuring out. I'm just amazed at how the power of lies is almost the sole determining factor of people's decision making, strategic planning, and voting, you could say, in democratic areas. Like, they want to believe the lies. The paradox where, well, here's reality, and it's like, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty adamant about reality because you don't have a choice. At least I accept reality. But man, if it ain't the truth that outside of government spending, damn well near 80% of GDP is spent on propagating people's lies and letting them believe that there's an easy way out. Borrowing the entire finance system. I don't have to pay for it. I want to get bailed out, whether you were a Gen Xer homeowner in 2008 or a millennial student debt loaner in 2018. Everybody really, to their own detriment, to their own against their own factual knowledge, they will believe the lies. They will totally take in the lies, as opposed to just accepting truth and maybe actually making some genuine progress. And we could talk about delayed gratification. We could talk about the human psyche. That's something I'll never figure out until I'm dead. I won't figure it out, period. I really don't understand. Like, this is a glass. That is a brick wall. But if you tell somebody that's a fence post made out of wood, and you're a really, really, really good person on top of it, for some reason, they will. Humans have this amazing ability to lie to themselves. Say, yep, that's a wood wall over there. That's a wood fence. That's a wood fence post. As long as you tell them what they want to hear. And that is, so you wanted me to ramble on about, what I think, what I feel, what I philosophize. That's what I'm wrestling with right now. Because if humans can't start accepting fact and reality, and we're going to keep doing this damn, let's believe lies, let's believe communism, let's believe shit, let's believe crap that is not mathematically or physically possible, we'll just print off more money. Like, we still got people printing off more money. If humans can't get over that, then humanity really has no reason to exist. None. Oh, we're amazing. We put a person on the moon, which we did, but those people are dying. And now our success through capitalism and technological advances and freedom and democracy, which are amazing advances of Western civilization, I might add. No, we just can't wait to get rid of that. Now we just can't, because it was all about getting free from the government and not being slaves or serfs, so that we could go and do our own thing. And the human spirit, at least back then, would gravitate towards achieving greatness and exploring new things, discovering new worlds, Star Trek stuff. Except now I start looking at humanity, and when we, especially in the United States, because we have the world's reserve currency, and we actually can print off more money without two major ramifications. We still have major ramifications, but we won't hyperinflate our economy because I won't go into the details of economics. It makes me realize that if you give humans a perfect life, a la the Matrix, they will reject it. They will not support the system. They will do the basic maintenance of the system that allows them to have and maintain this utopia. They will get really petty and demand free shit. Where I don't know if they actually believe it themselves or they consciously, deep in their minds, know it, but they just don't want to work for a living. But it's proven. You give people enough money, they will turn into non-profitable entities, non-economic entities. They will become parasites, and they will become non-sustainable in the long run. And I'm very curious to see how humankind will wrestle with that paradox. We've developed the technology that our lives can be 90% paid for, but we got to work 10% of the time to keep this technology alive. Or 10% of the people have to be engineering majors, while the 90% of you can major in teaching and education and bullshit. Like, children, teach us. But we don't keep that 10%, we don't keep that 15%, we don't keep that percent of people, we don't keep that backbone, that spine of people that actually produce the fucking shit in this world. We don't acknowledge, worship, and praise and bow down to these real productive people. Society is going to collapse. Will collapse. And it deserves to. It absolutely deserves to. And that's what I'm messing with. That's what goes through my mind mostly is this. And it's truly academic. Don't think I have any delusions about, changing it. I've already tried. Several times. Like, hey, housing bubble, hey, .com bubble, hey, Asian currency crisis. What the fuck? Humans don't want that. Humans want the lie. They want the lie. And if there's anything to draw from it, while you're alive, sell human lies. Sell them the lies, boys and girls. Don't tell them the truth. Do you know how much richer and better well-off Gen Xers who became college administrators are than me? Do you know how much more money they made not having to work for a living? Do you know how much money Oprah made? Do you know how well the Democrats do? Just lying to people, telling what they want to hear. Women's magazines. My goodness. The gal who wrote Sex and the City, they had an article about her. I covered that in a podcast I did not too long ago. And she's miserable. I'm not saying there's not a consequence. I'm not saying there's not justice. There is. But she's made millions. She's very well-to-do. And all she did was lie to young women. That's all she, well, now they're old women now. And she's coming out with a new one to lie to old women about, yeah, it's great to be 60 is the new 31. Whatever. That is what I'm really wrestling with. Not in terms of a moral thing, but like how to profit off of it. And even then, maybe I'm not wrestling with it because I know how to profit off it, to sell lies. But we are literally talking about the end of the human race because people simply want to believe in lies instead of acknowledge and base their decisions in reality. One can make the argument that if there's an economic collapse, inevitably the economy would adjust. People, you wouldn't have bailouts. There wouldn't be WIC or TAMP or BAMF or whatever for single moms. Women would start voting. Well, that's assuming you even have voting. Women would probably quickly lose the right to vote, and there'd be warlords. But there would be this massive reset, and given the raw determination of the human race that we've seen in the past, be it Viktor Frankl, I think was it, but pick any unfortunate Jew who survived the Holocaust and made it through a concentration camp. There's amazing resilience within the human genome and our genetics to survive. So I'm sure maybe we'll go on, but I would really like to avoid a massive economic collapse. I'd like to avoid Venezuela. I'd like to avoid all this shit, because that's the whole point of wisdom. It's the whole point of looking at history so don't repeat its mistakes. If we could just learn, but apparently humans want to constantly believe in that perpetual something for nothing and the chicks for free lie. And we're going to relearn the same mistakes over and over and over again. And I'm just happy I'm going to be dead in about 30 years. That's really what I'm going to... And right now I'm thinking about trimming this lemon tree. Look at this lemon tree. It's not doing too well. Might have to prune it a bit. God, it looks like shit. And so, you know, you want to true trim. Not true, trim. What do they call it? You're going to groom the tree. You're going to... That's more practical to me right now than writing any economic piece, writing any literature on deep philosophy, even within our own team. You know, you go to patreon.com. I throw up Mary Jo's tits, and everybody likes that. You know, that gets 3 times the donation. As to what is my most brilliant piece, I think, and that is sanity is the future of wealth. And even within your own team, you're like, okay, you're gonna prefer cute tits over true intellectual wisdom. That would make you happy, make you really happy. Maybe I got to read my own writing, but when I look at that, it's kind of like, oh, okay, I can't change it. Let's be truly stoic. Let me prune this. That's it. Prune. I'm gonna prune this lemon tree because at least there'll be some product with it. It is getting shaggy as hell. I don't know much about lemon trees, but it looks a little shaggy. So yeah, I'm sorry I didn't have a cigar. I did have a drink for you, and it is a nice day here in the Southern Command. It's very cloudy and rainy, but I wish it could have been something more optimistic. I wish I could have had some girls in the background in heels and thigh highs and walking around serving me cocktails and smoking cigars. But that's not how it goes. I'm not one of these dude bro douchebag influencers that has a picture of like a sports car like Ty Lopez in the bag, like, yo man, what's up? You could be like me, look at my fucking yacht. By the way, anybody that has, this has nothing to do with the philosophical approach I'm taking. Anybody that has a picture of a Ferrari, unless it's Rich Cooper, because he can afford it, and that's his passion, so I'm gonna forgive Rich. Rich gets a out of jail card for free. But anybody that has, like, you know, a sports car or a mansion or a yacht, and he's like gonna tell you how to get the girl, you gotta give you wisdom. Nope, he does not compare to me. He doesn't compare to that cinder block right there. That cinder block's got more value. Okay, I gotta prune this tree. It's bothering me. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.